D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? And have I got a story for you? Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video. And you can, read them for yourself, or you can just listen to this video where I'm going to read them for you. And, I'll give you my opinion and thoughts on everything. Also, before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to our channel. YouTube is always changing up the algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So now that that's all said and done, why don't we go ahead and get started?
This comes from Variety. Warner Brothers stands by J.K. Rowling after a reporter blocked from asking a question about her. That's J.K. Rowling right there. And if you don't know who J.K. Rowling is, you're living under a rock, because she is the writer, creator, and all that good things that are coming from the Harry Potter universe. All right, so let's read this article, and then I will give you my thoughts about this and stuff. Okay, so it says, Warner Brothers has stood by J.K. Rowling after... hold on, let me pull this back up so you can see who she is. Okay, there we go. Warner Brothers has stood by J.K. Rowling after an external PR rep acting on behalf of the studio told Sky News that the company is not connected to the author. The studio issued the response following a spat between Sky News and the PR representative, who blocked the outlet from asking Harry Potter actor Tom Felton about Rowling during a press event in London last week. Felton was taking part in an event around the expansion of the Warner Brothers Studio Tour London, the making of Harry Potter attraction. The actor who played Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter film franchise unveiled Professor Sprout's greenhouse, a fan favorite set from the films, which will be a permanent addition to the attraction. I want to go there so bad, but who's got money for that nonsense? You know what I'm saying? In an interview, a Sky News reporter asked Felton about Rowling, who has faced backlash for comments about the trans community and who was notably absent from Return to Hogwarts, the HBO Max documentary special, making the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter. You and other stars are still very much the face... Hold on, let me pull this down. Sorry. Still very much the face of the franchise. If you like, we speak to you and hear from you guys. JK obviously has sort of more of a back seat now. Is it strange for her not being around at things like this? At this point, an external PR executive hired for the event, who is not a Warner Brothers employee, cut in and said, "Next question, please." When Sky News later asked the third-party PR firm why their journalist was interrupted, the outlet received an email response stating J.K. Rowling is not connected to Warner or Tom Felton. The team felt it was not relevant to the piece. In a statement shared with Variety, Warner Brothers stood by its long-standing relationship with Rowling. Warner Brothers, I think this is the last. Okay. So Warner Brothers has enjoyed a creative, productive, and fulfilling partnership with J.K. Rowling for the past 20 years. She is one of the world's most accomplished storytellers, and we are proud to be the studio to bring her vision, characters, and stories to life now, and for decades to come. On Monday, a statement was issued by a third-party media agency that appeared contrary to this view. The statement was wholly wrong, and Warner Brothers Studio Tour London regrets it happened as part of a media event that day. The greenhouse expansions opens at Warner Brothers Studio Tour London, the making of Harry Potter, on July 1st. That's tomorrow, and is part of a new feature titled Mandrakes and Magical Creatures, which will run through September 12th. Okay, so I want to just say one thing. Of course, they are going to put out a thing that they stand by her because they want that IP. Listen, whether or not you like the new Fantastic Beasts movies is besides the point. Harry Potter is such a huge IP. I know that it's very fashionable right now to hate J.K. Rowling because of her comments about the trans community and everything, and I would suggest going and looking into that if you're interested. I don't want to get into it too much here, but I will say my thoughts as far as them separating from J.K. Rowling. I don't like that. I mean, they're not doing it obviously because they said they're standing by for her decades to come, but I know a lot of people are just like, oh, she should just sell it off. I don't think so. And I did a whole video about that. You can check that out in the art card section. I won't go too much into it. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, when it comes to an artist and their art, whether I agree with their politics, point of view that they have, whatever it is, I separate the artist from the art. So therefore, no matter what I think of J.K. Rowling and her politics, I don't care. I literally give 0 F-bombs about her politics and what she thinks. And she's very left-leaning, but I do not care. I don't care one iota. I want to see Harry Potter, the Harry Potter product, and that's it. That's all I want to see. So therefore, I just go, if she is out here, if Warner Brothers is out here wanting to, and I don't think it was wrong for them to block that question. And Tom Felton he could have just been like, I really don't want to talk about that right now. And the reporter was not in the wrong for asking the question. I say that ask any question you want. You don't have to answer it. You can just be like, I don't want to talk about that. It's too messy. I don't want to get into it. But I will say this. I'm glad that they're saying they're standing by her only because they do want that IP. And from rumors, they want to create a Harry Potter show for HBO Max once all licensings and all that stuff is done everywhere else. But those are my thoughts on this. Sorry, it was a tiny bit jumbled. I had notes, but I deleted them for some dumb reason and everything. But yeah.
Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about Warner Brothers standing by J.K. Rowling after this reporter was blocked from asking Tom Felton a question? Do you think that Warner Brothers should cut all ties? I don't think they should, nor will they. I definitely don't think they will, because that is that's one of their bread and butters. That's an IP that they have that's very good and can be lucrative if they do it right. I think the Fantastic Beasts series has faltered a little bit because they haven't taken advantage of the characters that people know and love, aka the trio. Now I know that lately, it is, like I said before, it's fashionable to hate on J.K. Rowling, and the actors have come out and said that they won't do any more if J.K. Rowling is involved. But there's no way that you can make a Harry Potter anything without J.K. Rowling being involved. She has complete control and final say. It's in her contract. She has one of the best contracts ever. They don't make contracts like this anymore. They just don't do it. But I think that this is interesting. And again, I do enjoy the Harry Potter is my -- jam, if you can't tell. And I would be sad if they did cut ties with her, even though they won't ever cut ties. When they, like I said before, if they do Harry Potter right, they can make buco bucks, my dude. They just have to do it right. And they just, if there's another Fantastic Beasts movie, I doubt it, but if there is, they just got to sit down and be like, yo, Joe, you got to write a hit for us. Like you can't be doing all this nonsense that you're doing in these movies and everything. What you guys think about all this? Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys. You guys have a good week. Bye.